Hey guys, I just figured I'd start a new project. I'm always experimenting. So today I wanted to try using a new material. Let me try to get this a little bit better. A new material, and it's like super shiny. So I'm just going to use it as a base for now. I got a whole roll, but they sent it, so when they mailed it out, it was, they like bent it. So it has all these bubbles in it. So since I'm just experimenting, it's fine. It just sucks because I paid like $25 for this giant roll and it has like bumps. So thank you, Amazon, for messing that one up. Anyway, this is going to be fun. So I have this, and then online I saw a couple of artists using Apoxie Sculpt. So I'm actually going to try that today. And I forgot my phone. So I can't see your comments until I get it. So just hang out for 1 second, and I'm going to go grab that. All right, so I got my phone with me now too, so I can actually read comments if anybody wants to interact today. But I'm pretty much just going to be experimenting with some new stuff. I have a bunch of glitters. I don't know if you can see them. All kinds of glitters I want to play with. I'm just having fun with this one. It's not gonna... Hey girl, can't stay long. Hi Jen, how are you? So yeah, I'm just having fun with this one. I'm going to do all different kinds of colors and glitters and anything else that I want to do with it. All right, so to start, I want to try the epoxy mold. And my biggest experiment is to see if this stuff sticks to the base. Oh my God. Okay, so first impressions. This is thick. All right, so what is this? What part is this? Part B is a greenish color. And it's kind of like old gum. So that's what it feels like. It said on the thing to definitely wear gloves. All right, so part B. This is more like a hard clay. They're very similar though. So I want to do a 1-to-1 ratio and mix part A with part B. This is usually how I do my silicone molds. So I got part A, a little clump. There we go. And then part B, I see comments are coming in, so hold on. Let me lower my volume on my phone so it's not saying the same thing. Oh, cool. That's awesome, Jen. I don't know if you can see them. Oh, of course I'm talking. Okay, so part A, little ball. Part B, we're going to take the same amount. Oh my God, this is a lot thicker. I might have more part B, so let me see. Hi, Mandy. How are you? So does part A and part B look the same? Part B looks smaller now. I'm going to add a little bit more to it. This is the first time I'm using epoxy mold, so if anybody has used it before and would like to give me some advice. Also, if you're part of any resin groups, if you could share the video. I always get banned whenever I share my videos. I guess Facebook wants me to boost my posts. Okay, so now I squished them together. And they're super sticky. Okay. And let me get this out of here. So where are you going to, Jen? What's your road trip for? Oh my gosh. This is like, all right, trying to wear loose gloves and also mold. This is like crazy. You just hear like it boop, boop, boop. All right, so it looks like it's going. So it turned like a pale gray color, and it feels like it might be heaving up. I'm not sure if that's from me moving it around. So, all right, so the other thing that I need is something to roll this on. So mental note for next time. Let's try it on this. All right, yeah, so if you roll it on here, it's going to smudge it. So, this side sucks. So right now I'm just trying to roll it out so I can make a full circle and work from in there. So this is my first one. You can see it kind of like dulled it a little. So let's make a geode. I guess it's going to be kind of like a small one for now, just so that these can touch. And I want kind of like a cool looking design. So I don't want it to be typical, and I don't want it to... Okay, so it's pretty circular, which I'm okay with, because I'm just experimenting. So now I want to kind of stick this. This is weird. So this is like, it's like working with old gum. So right away I noticed that my barrier is not even. So that's not a good sign, because the resin is going to overflow in one side if it can escape. So I'm going to try to raise it a little. All right, so now I'm going to even out this barrier so that resin won't escape over one side, the top of one side. So it's pretty circular. It's got some Geode-esque design to it. If I wasn't experimenting, I would probably draw out the design and then follow that like I normally do with my silicone. This is easier to mold than trying to get the silicone. Okay, that's a pretty good height considering that I don't pour a lot of color. I mean of resin. I'm like already thinking of colors. All right, so I just want to make sure this is high. And maybe if there's a way that I can make it like almost level on the top. Weird stuff. It is weird stuff. So I'm just going to take this sticky box. Maybe not this sticky box. What can I use to make this level? I have nothing. Okay, so I just have to be conscious that this is not level. There are some parts that are higher up. Okay, Now I think what I want to do is actually color this one. Why does this look like it keeps going down? Do I want to add color to this? I do want to add color to this, but I don't want to make it crazy. Let's see what happens. So I can't find my favorite brush. My favorite brush for painting on, well, for putting on pigment is from e.l.f. Or is it Wet n Wild or e.l.f.? Oh, I found it. So it's from Wet n Wild, and I think it's an eyeshadow brush, but it's this type. So it's kind of stiff, whereas opposed to like this one, it's a little bit like fluffier. And it's a little better than paintbrushes too, because paintbrushes are a little looser. So, but I'm going to switch between the two. Oh, so how long does this take to harden? 30 minutes. Woo! I'm not waiting that long. Do I like this color? I'm not sure if I like this color. So it's not working as much as I like, so I'm going to actually switch the color. And I think I'm going to go lighter. So you don't remove the barrier when you finish? No, so this one I've seen them keep the barrier inside and actually paint it, which is what I'm doing right now. Oh wow, all you see is my head. What happened? Okay. Sorry, I won't lean into it. So let's do something fun. I'm going to go lighter instead of darker. I'll just cover up that area. So I have a little bit of pigment left in here, and I'm going to scoop out some more of this. Works for me. Okay. That's cool. Okay, I actually like that. So what I'm going to do is, okay, so I don't know if you can see it, but the dark color underneath brings out the lighter color on top. So I'm just going to do a simple layer of dark and then follow that up with the light layer on top. And then I'm going to incorporate this into the design of the geode. So as you can see, I don't just like pour resin and hope for the best. I kind of am trying different methods to manipulate the designs, but also have fun with it. So I use like fun colors, and I'm kind of digging this actually. So this is a purpley green, and I got it from Born Pretty. It's coming out all right. I don't mind it. I like it. And it looks pretty cool. The only problem is that I keep getting it into the design, so I have to figure out how to wash that away before I keep creating. Can I lower this so you can actually see the color? Yes, yes I can. Everything is resined. So like, I'm trying to raise this and there's just resin. There we go. Oh no, I used too much. Spread that out. I hate wasting like the littlest gram jars. Like if you waste like just a little bit, it's like 25 cents. Is it a color shift mica? It is. So the company is Born Pretty, and I got it off of AliExpress, but you can get that on Amazon as well. AliExpress is a lot cheaper. I think on Amazon you get like four for like $10 or $11, and on AliExpress you can get them for like 89 cents each. So the only problem is it takes like 4 weeks to come in. I think like 2 to 4 weeks. I was waiting a while for it to come in. Uh, but the colors are really cool. And if you have time to wait, it's worth it because you can get a lot more. And then There's a company called Solar Dust Color, and they sell really similar products, but it's a lot more expensive. But I don't know the quality of it. I have one sample color from them, and I really like it. In fact, I almost thought about using it, but I wanted to try some other colors from TKB instead today. So there's definitely some options on where to get them from. All right, so right now I'm just doing the inside, but I'm not concentrating so much on the color of the inside because it's going to be changed anyway. When I pour the resin, it's going to change what this looks like on the inside. So I just don't want it to look like a gray wall. Can you still see? Of course, my hand's right in the way. Sorry about that. What color did you say it's called again? It's from the company Born Pretty. It's chameleon, but they have different chameleon colors, so you just have to pick like which shift color you want. So like this one is like a green to purple, but I know they have like a blue to purple or something like that, or brown to blue. Like there's different shift colors, so you can just go on there and choose which one you want to try out. They look really cool in resin. They look really cool when you paint them onto things and then cover it with resin. I'm a big fan. So you can pour a little bit of pigment into the resin and mix it, or you can do what I'm doing and kind of brush it onto the object and then pour resin over it. Yeah, not a problem, Andy. All right, this is getting in the way. I don't know why I said this the last time, I have a 6-foot table and no room. The other place that I get colors, although they don't have the darker shift colors yet, from what I remember, is TKB Trading. So they're makeup grade quality pigments as well. And they have a lot of cool white to color shift pigments that I bought like tons of them. They're like $1 for 4 ounces, 2 ounces. They're really cheap. And they come faster than if you had bought them from AliExpress. So if you know of any other places, definitely just leave a comment because I'd like to try other stuff out. Okay, so the first thing I notice with coloring this in is that the pigment is getting all over the design on the inside, which I'm not a fan of. Okay, so some things. I might have to incorporate that into the design. So I'm not worried about the outside because I'm actually going to be cutting it from its base. So I'm going to be cutting this. So you can see it's all shiny. It goes from green to... Oh my god, I never turned my big light on. I'm so stupid. I'm like, why is it so dark on my screen? Whoop! And I also kicked the camera. So where's my big light? That's better. Okay. So, things I noticed. Let me raise this up again. So the green to purple looks awesome. The only problem is that I should have taped it on the inside because it got all over here and it's not coming up. I could try to remove it, but I don't know if I care enough. Okay, that's layer 1. That's first ring. Let's get it down. There we go. All right, first ring. So I guess I'm going to incorporate this color into the first ring. So second ring. A 1-to-1 ratio. Oh, this one's so much gooier. It's like bad taffy. Sticky. If you guys have any resin groups that you can share this in, that would be awesome. Okay, layer 2. Yeah, I definitely need something to roll this on. There's like glitter already stuck in it. Oh, I wonder if I could just do that. Just roll it in glitter. Okay. So layer 2. Not really layer, but like Geode part 2. So the cool thing about this too is that you have some working time in order to manipulate this to where you want it. So that's looking pretty cool. So I'm going to push this down, work on my barrier. Oh my God, I can't use these gloves. Does that epoxy have a smell? No, it doesn't. Hold on. It smells like, I probably shouldn't be doing that, but I mean, it's really subtle. It smells like almost like a plastic. Like if you bought some like a My Little Pony and you smelled it. So this is also taking the shape of my glove as I'm pressing. Hey, Whiskey. Ah. It's okay, Manny. So yeah, I mean, the smell was so subtle. I didn't even notice it. I would probably recommend to like wear a mask and stuff This definitely said to wear gloves. I don't know how effective it is or how reactive it is to the human skin, but I'm not going to risk it, and I didn't look it up, so I'm just going to wear these sticky gloves. Okay. So this would be layer 2, or pour number 2. I always have to be aware of my lowest point on the barrier, because if I pour more than the lowest point, it's going to leak. So I'm trying to keep it even. Okay, so I want to paint the inside of this barrier the same color as the outside, but I want to paint the inside of my second barrier the color of what's ever going to be next. So I'm going to open up the Born Pretty one again and color this part. Oh my god, it's so pretty. So I'm testing materials and colors. I would definitely recommend doing a color theme, because right now I have like just iridescent everything. Color shift, iridescent, hologram. I'm sure there's a lot more people who can refine their color choices than what I do. I'm interested to see what the iridescent base does to a dark color shift resin. So that's why I'm using this. And then I'm going to do it with a light color shift resin color. Looking pretty cool. I hate wearing gloves. I saw that gloves is a must. I hate wearing gloves. My hands are so tiny, so I have to fit in an extra small, and they never have extra small. And like any of the, like Rite Aid doesn't have it, and like Home Depot doesn't have it. I have to order it on Amazon, and then I run out really fast. I like the idea of some of the glitter getting stuck into the into this barrier. I'm gonna try that next and roll the barrier in glitter. See what happens. So this is not hard enough to paint it or brush on the pigment without it falling over. So I'm just gonna have to keep picking it up with my gloves. The littlest movement is causing it to kind of shift back and forth. Ah. Okay. Full circle. Literally. Okay, that's good enough. So the next thing I want to do is take a lighter color and put that on the inside. And then I'm going to pour some resin. Oh, I want to make one more circle and then pour some resin. So of course, because this is my only brush, I'm just going to rub it on paper towel until some of the color is gone. I love that purple green. I love this purple green too. It's so cool. So again, guys, if you can share this in your resin groups, that would be awesome. I always have difficulty trying to share it in groups. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to try is rolling it in glitter and then painting it a light iridescent color. So taking another 1-to-1 ratio. Seems like a lot, right? It's all right. So this is like super sticky when it first comes out. Ooh, fell off. Okay, so I immediately realized the error of my mistake. If there's glitter on this, I don't know if it's going to stick properly to the bottom of the base. So here's to hoping that the resin does not blend into each other. Yeah, see, it's not sticking. Just kind of flattened out. What happened? So right now I'm making the barrier as high as I can to match the other barriers, because the resin can only go as high as your lowest point. So you just have to like make sure that you don't pour more in, otherwise it'll go over the barrier, and then what's the point of having the barriers? Okay, awesome. So I have a little bit of extra, so I'm probably going to do one more tiny middle part, just because I don't want to waste this. Okay, I'm okay with this. So these are my partitions. All right, next is to color these inner ones, and I'm going to use a lighter color. Felicia, it is, I'll leave it up. So I've seen a couple of artists on Instagram using this. Someone was nice enough to tell me who what it was, but I don't remember who it was. So when I find out, I'll post it on my thing. But it's Apoxie Sculpt, and you can incorporate it into the design. So this is the first time I'm using it in the design. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm just experimenting. I'm seeing how it goes. I noticed that my barrier is caving in a little bit. I have sculpting tools, but of course I don't have them in this room. It's they're downstairs in the basement. So I would probably try my next one with an actual sculpting tools rather than oversized plastic gloves. But since I'm just playing around right now, I'm not gonna go crazy. So I'm putting some shimmer on over the white. See how it does? Like I noticed in here, this kind of caved over and it caused like this line. Like I would take my sculpting stuff and kind of fix that. I would definitely fix all of the unevenness of the barrier, where it's thinner in some parts are kind of hanging over. I would just go in and like clean it up. But again, since I'm just trying this out, like even my brush is doing a better job than wearing gloves and trying to straighten it out. So anyway, before I obsess over that, I'm just painting on some more shift pigment. And the color that I used was Travel to Mars from tcbtrading.com. I think the range is for like 2 to 4 ounces, like $1 to $4. So they're fun to play with, and you can mix them into the resin. Okay, so now I'm just kind of putting this on. The one thing I don't like is how this gets onto the base while I'm trying to brush it onto the onto the sculpting stuff, epoxy. So it kind of dulls the shine of the reflective surface. So I don't know, maybe like tape it beforehand, or wait until the end. Like don't design on the reflective surface, design on the plastic tablecloth cover, which is this. This has silicone on it, but you can get plastic tablecloth cover, design your geode, and then attach the this iridescent base at the end. I would probably do that instead of kind of messing up how shiny this is. Or maybe get like a makeup remover. Okay. Ah, it looks so cool. I don't know if you could see it being all like iridescent-y. Iridescent-y. Thanks for watching, who's ever new on here. Oh, would you be able to make these in coasters, or is that too small? Huh? Coasters? Yeah, I mean, you could do the same concept as coasters. If this was like, yeah, you could just bring it in. So instead of having this big ring, just keep it tiny. I could totally see that. That would be a really cool idea, Felicia. Okay. I'm so not happy with where is my makeup remover? I'm not happy with the pigment being on the base. Why do I never have something when I need it? So I'm going to try lens cleaner. Don't know if that'll work, but we'll see. it works. All right, so this will remove pigment from the base of the design after you brush on. Cool, and it works really well. You could probably use water too. I didn't even try water, but I know this cleans lenses, so I figured the plastic film would wipe it away, and it does, which is cool. Oops. I hope that doesn't affect the resin. That'd be funny if it just never cured because it had glass cleaner in it. And you can see it removing it. So I just want to clean this up a little before I pour my resin in. Okay. So I want to try a couple of things. I wanted to try white resin in here, but let it kind of shift into it and not fill the whole thing up. And then pour another color on top of the white just so it has extra like colors in it. And then on this one, I think I want to just do clear, or maybe I'll pour the white on the other side. Not sure, just playing around. We'll see how it goes. I also wanted to try doing silver alcohol ink on the inner circle and see what happens. Again, I'm just playing around and trying different things. So if it doesn't look good, no big deal. Then I know not to do it again. So I need a tiny little plastic bowl for this. And I need another paintbrush. So you know how you take like your silver at the end and you put it on the edges? I wanted to try it before pouring to see what it looks like. And I think it's pretty good. I'm okay with this. So right now I'm painting the inner circle with silver alcohol ink. I just want to be sure not to get the base again, because every time I do that, it leaves marks. So I'm going to try to wash it off with the Pancro again. Pretty cool. Okay. I'm all right with this. And I think I'll do the top of this one too. I think all the tops are going to end up getting silver because it worked out pretty good. I wish I had a more refined eye for color. I see some of these artists that just do like gold and white, and their designs come out amazing. And like I try to do, I'm like, oh, gold and white, okay, I can do that. And then it's just like a mess. I don't know. My looks are always very like I don't know, like what's the term? Like childlike, like fun, like they're not sophisticated. Some people have really sophisticated eyes for design. Mine's always like unicorns and glitter and add everything that you can at once. But it's fun. Are you on Etsy? I want to buy. Aw, thanks, Felicia. I'm actually not on Etsy. I created a auction page, but I have never used it yet. And it currently is at 6 members. So I haven't really marketed it at all yet. But I do have a bunch of free videos on my website, which is, I think the link is on my Facebook page. So you can, I usually show people how to do stuff. I do have one paid tutorial because it shows a better barrier method than using the silicone caulk. I'm not the biggest fan of the caulk, although it's very versatile. So if you want to check that out, it's on terrantrueart.com/free or /video. So /video is the paid tutorial. It's totally worth it though. It goes over the whole method of creating one of these. Well, not this particular one because this is the first time I'm experimenting with epoxy sculpt. But the other barrier method is really cool. And I would recommend it 100 times over using silicone. So I see that I got this over here. Oh my god, putting the silver on the top is like so pretty. I work full-time selling on Etsy and Amazon. Oh, that's really cool. I've never sold on Amazon either. I just like to experiment. I did a couple of craft shows and it went so well. They really liked them. But I haven't sold anything on those websites. But feel free to stop by anytime I go live and check out the videos. I like doing live videos more than doing edited ones. The edited ones just take forever for me to sit down and edit, and sometimes I don't want to spend my day like editing, especially if I don't like feel good, like if I'm sick or something. So I like to just pop on and do lives when I can. Okay, so the top of that is colored. So I think I'm going to start using my resin. So the first thing I want to do is try doing a 1-to-1 ratio of, where is my other one? Of just plain white. Oops, sorry. Okay, here we go. So it's a part A, part B, 1-to-1 ratio of amazing casting resin. And then my clear resin that I absolutely love is, stuck to the table, is Artworks resin. Where is it? Artworks resin. It's really thick, so it holds all the crystals and stuff in place, which I'm a big fan of. So I'll be using that next. But first I wanted to do Amazing Cast. Is this facing too far down? I can move this up a little. And this is resined. So I accidentally must have resined my tripod. so it gets like stuck sometimes. Okay, so now I need a little cup, a little plastic cup for a 1-to-1 ratio. This one has been used already, so I just need to peel. These are cool. You just peel out the old resin. Okay, so I'm just doing 2 and 4 because I don't really need a lot. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio. I'm gonna find my number 2. This is part B. You don't want to do that. I always pour part A first. So I'm gonna go to number 2. So white cures really quickly. I mean, it's so fast. You have like a 5-minute, if that, working time, and it cures completely in 20 minutes. So here's part A is at 2, and part B is at 4. It seems higher than 2. Hold on, I need to level this. So I'm gonna go a little above 4. All right, that's part B. Hi, Jerry, how are you? Okay, so A and B is poured. I'm going to mix them up. So a trick that you can use when pouring is if you put a toothpick down and you pour on the toothpick, the resin will follow the toothpick onto the thing, onto the base. So I'm just going to use this and pour. So if I get in the way, I'm sorry. So I'm going to pour onto here. I have to pour this way, so if my hand's blocking, I apologize. And I poured in the wrong one. Ah, so stupid. No, I'm so dumb. Okay, well, this gets to be white now. So I'll do a really small base of white and then I'll pour on there. Okay, so it has to be like the littlest amount. Can't happen. Go away. I can't turn this. No. So I can already tell that it's heating up. Okay. So I just want that to dry. And then I'm going to do this side. How am I going to do this? And that's it. That's all I want to do for this. Okay. So I have a little bit left and I always have molds. So I have to act fast. Of course, I picked the smallest one. So these are like custom gemstones, and I have my video on my website on how to make them. So these are molds for tiny gemstones. I think that's going to be it for this. No, I could probably get a couple more. Okay, so this cup and these gemstones are going to harden. And then the cup I can reuse, I'll peel it out. And the gemstones I can take out in a minute. So this goes over here. Okay, so as this is curing, where's my tiny thing? I want to fill this in. All right, so I noticed that over here, you can see it leaked a little. I poured a little too much. So I'm gonna make the best that I can out of the situation. And I hate gloves. That's it, I'm done with gloves. Keep yours on, but I'm not wearing them. So I'm going to purposely put a couple of pieces of glitter on the top of this, so as it cures, it just sticks to it. And I'm going to do some tiny little diamonds. And put them kind of like around. Do some holographic glitter. Of course. Why wouldn't you go sideways? Okay. Just take like one or two more. There we go. Pretty good. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna let that. Bye, Felicia. That's funny, Cherry. Okay. So as that's drying, I'm going to pick my colors and my glitters and mix them together and then get it ready for the clear. So the first thing I want to do is get my colors ready for this one, which is going to be the Born Pretty Chameleon Pigment and some glitters. Actually, will the pigment show? I don't think it's going to show up as much because the Born Pretty is really dark. So I'm only going to put a little bit of glitter in because I don't think it's going to like appear. I don't think you're going to see it. So do that and this. So clear resin is going to pour into here. Got my Born Pretty. So you can see it's like chameleon. I'll do two scoops. So it's going to be really dark. All right, so my next cup is going to be clear glitter, clear with glitter, and a little bit of this color. Nope, I don't want it to do that. I'll save that for later. That's my third color. Okay, so the next one is just going to be clear with glitter. So all I want to do is witch's brew some glitter together. So I'm going to do that. This I'm going to put at the bottom already. No, I'm not a fan of these. These are too big. So cello glitter, for what I create, it's just too large. But I'll put like a piece in. Cellophane over cellophane. Okay, so the next one, I'm going to do some purple holographic glitter. I don't want to use that. So I'm putting in purple hologram glitter. I'm putting in blue hologram glitter. I'm going to do silver hologram glitter. A couple of diamonds. Bigger silver hologram glitter. I like that one. I'm going to use a lot. And purple hologram glitter. Bigger size. That was a lot. It's all right. Okay. And then my third cup, which is going, so it's going by layers. Outer layer, inner layer. I'm eating glitter now. Outer layer, inner layer, most inner layer. So one more cup. And I'm going to do this color. You know what? I could probably get one more layer out of it if I pour this one. Or do I leave it? Maybe. I'm gonna pour it. I'm gonna pour it so I can use all my other colors. So this is going to be the most inner. Nope. 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 Don't mind me. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do. I messed up by pouring the white in here because now you can't see like what it looks like with the hologram base. So yeah, I'm gonna pour the inner layer with clear. Nope, with white. So this way you could kind of see what that's gonna look like. So I won't use as many. It's just like one after another. Sparkle turquoise. I'll go for that. Put some of that in. All right, and I think I want one more shift color. So do I want indigo shift or travel to Jupiter? Kind of dig in the indigo. Okay. Almost. It's good enough to pour over it, so I'm going to start mixing my clear resin. Okay. Outer, inner one. What? Okay. One. Okay. Number one, number two, number four. Cool. Got it. All right. Part A. So 1-to-1 ratio with these cups. I know that up to this line is one part, and then up to this line is the top line on here is another part. So this is part A. Probably don't need this much. So I'm going to end up making molds. Like I'm going to end up pouring leftovers into molds. Okay. A and B. All right. So, mixing this up. Felicia, I just saw your comment. You can always charge people for the tutorials. So most of my tutorials are free, and they're on tarantrueart.com/free. I do have one paid tutorial, and that helps sponsor getting more materials to do the free tutorials, and it shows the better method with the barriers. Okay, so mixing. Takes forever to mix. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them on my page. I can't see if there's questions in groups, but I can answer if there's questions on my page. All right, so this is good enough. So the one thing I'm not going to do, I'm going to do it off camera, is after I pour, I'm going to hit it with a heat gun to remove the bubbles. So if you see a lot of bubbles on here, just know that they will be removed. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is pour a little into here. Cool. And mix that up. Look how cool that color is. I might go a little thin on my resin color because I do want, if I can, to have the base shine through. But we'll see. It might be dark. It might be a little transparent. I don't know yet. Okay. No. And again, I just want to watch that I don't go over my barrier. There's a lot of stuff on this tilt-a-wear. Okay, cool. I'm going to stop there so it doesn't leak. I think we're pretty good. So I have a little bit left of that color. So I'm going to pour that into additional molds. These are almost ready to go. So I'm going to take my molds where I made crystal points. And again, I have a free tutorial on that one, and that's on my page as well. It's on my Facebook, my YouTube, my website. So I made molds of crystal points, and I can reuse these molds over and over again to make cool looking crystal points with colors that I like. Of course, the glitter blocked this from pouring in. Why can I never find anything? Always. Here we go. So that blocked the mold from going through, the resin from going into the mold. Okay, so there's one. Taking this out. So again, if you want, you can view my free tutorial on how to make crystal points and then use those in your own designs. This one has to get cleaned up a little. If I was my scissors, I always lose my scissors whenever I have a live. There you go. So that's 2. And I have a cup with gemstones that I keep them in. And that should do it for this color. That's pretty much it. I'll pour whatever remaining in here. Okay. All right, that color is complete. So next is going to be my clear with glitter. So I'm going to pour some of that in. And mix that up with a new mixer. No. I might have mixed too much in because you can't actually see the base color. So I'm going to pour some clear in. Try to get that to spread out a little. If not, I'm going to be taking glitter out of the... Yeah, so you can't really see it. So let me take some of this glitter out and pour more clear in. I always go so crazy with the amount of glitter that I use. Like, yes, glitter. Use it all. Okay, so I know what I'm gonna do. The area that had the white on it, I'll just put a bunch of glitter because you can't see the background anyway. And the rest I'll fill in with clear. So all that can move up there. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so now I know can't use that much glitter. Cool. Okay. Oh, it looks really cool. All right, so I have extra, so I need to pour it into a mold. I like want to make this higher, but I also don't because I see it. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna mess it up. So I'm just gonna pour the remaining glitter color into another mold. So it doesn't go to waste. Okay. All right, so the next color I'm going to do is my white, which is going on top of the white. And actually I could do kind of like a swirl. So if I do mostly clear and then put the white swirl in. Sorry if my arm gets in the way. Okay. And then the last one I want to do is clear and just leave it the way it is. Cool. So I think maybe I might do some, watch me mess this up, but I might put some white swirls in the darker color so that it stands out. And this will spread out. I'll do a little along the edge too. Ah. Okay, cool. I'm okay with this. Okay, so what's the last thing that I want to do? I have so much extra resin now, so I'm gonna pour it into molds again. So I want to finish off this mold. And then I have another mold where I can use the rest of this. So I'm gonna pour this together. Okay, that's pretty much used up. So I'm gonna pour that into here. Okay, so what's next for this geode? So I have to let this dry, and then I'm gonna take my Posca pens and do the typical like, oh, I'm making lines. And then at the end, I'm gonna try to put crystals on it and see what happens. So then once that is done, I'm going to cover the whole thing in clear so it seals everything in. And then once that is dry, I'm going to cut it out of, like, cut the base out in the shape of this geode and then see how it goes. So when I shut off the cameras, I'm going to take the heat gun and get rid of all the bubbles, let it cure, put my embellishments and lines on it, another clear layer, let that cure, and then cut it out. So if you want to stick around, I'm going to be making one more mold and then hit this with the heat gun. So I'm just pouring all of my remaining resin, which I knew I made too much, but I have to make gift boxes anyway, so it's fine. All right, so that cup is done. Let's swirl this up just once and pour that into this mold. All right, now everything gets hit with a heat gun to get the bubbles out, and this is a very good experiment. Oh, thank you, Mandy. I really appreciate it. I always like trying things out, and I think this could definitely be refined. It definitely needs some shaping tools so that, you know, because the gloves kept leaving like lines and stuff in it, but I guess it looks more geode-y, you know, because it's like nature. But yeah, there's some things that could be improved on it, but I really like how the first one turned out. I think it looks cool. This color is a little too dark. I would have used a lighter color or made it lighter, but it's fine. I wanted to see what it looked like anyway. So thank you guys for watching. I'll probably be on next week sometime, depending on how I feel. And I'll make some other cool experiment for you guys to see all the trials and errors before you make your own. So thanks guys for watching. I appreciate it. I'm going to roll over here and shut this off.